All right, the guy you see in front of you is Pastor Mark Burns. He's another one of those bought and paid for black preachers that Donald Trump has on his payroll. He gave the opening benediction for the RNC convention, which was highly controversial. Here is his speech in support of Donald Trump.
Are born out of this kind of desperation. But the thing is, the way that we can solve the problem and to eliminate this kind of a desperation is to create good jobs, urban economic rhythm, good jobs, urban revitalization, and opportunities for job training and long-term solutions that will solve the problem in our troubled cities around this country.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that's going to solve the problem of cops killing black people, but yeah, keep talking.
Cries of the disenfranchised, the low income, the at-risk communities, we are more than ever. We will solve the problems together. Together, 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 together. Shout together. Shout together. And I know, without a shadow of a doubt, that Donald J. Trump will make sure that all Americans will have jobs. You know why? Because Donald Trump is not going to pander after no one race. His heart is after the human race. And together, shout together. Shout together, not as black Americans, white Americans, brown Americans, yellow Americans, or red Americans, but just as Americans. And together, as Americans, we will get to the promised land. And the promised land is a place where jobs have returned back to this country, where college degrees replace mass incarcerations, and no matter what terrorist group that tries to destroy our way of life, we will rise from the ashes. We will never die. We will always thrive. And you know why? Because we are the United States of America. And hear me. Listen. And despite the color you was born with, here in America, the only colors that matter are the colors of the red, white, I'm Pastor Mark Burns, and with my lovely wife Tamara and our beautiful 6 babies, I invite every one of you to help me elect the next president of the United States of America, Donald J. Shout Trump, 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 Trump.
For most people, speaking is not a role.
See, these black pastors get out there and start yelling and screaming, and they start whooping crowds up. And then the next thing you know, there's basically, emotions going crazy. And this guy is ridiculous. I've heard him, speak before, and he loves to do a lot of hooping and hollering. But at the end of the day, basically, he's full of crap, because it's not just jobs. Jobs, again, are very important. And if there were more jobs for more people in the lower socioeconomic levels and the middle socioeconomic levels, obviously the economy would be a lot better. And anybody knows that the further up the economic scale you go, the lower the crime rate goes. So yeah, there's something definitely has to be done in order to increase the number of jobs available to people that want them, and they have to be good paying jobs. So part of that rhetoric is correct. No, beating around the bush. Part of that rhetoric is correct. Now the thing is, how do you get those jobs? Who's going to create those jobs? If you got a good answer, let me know. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say we're going to get jobs back from overseas. The question is how, unless you decide to impose tariffs and start a trade war.